Hi, Dennis Ward here at HOFA Studios again, and today we're going to do another reaction video. So today's reaction video, I've been pre-warned, and it has a little bit to do with the recent passing of Ozzy Osbourne, when we're all very, very sad about that. I only met Ozzy a couple of times in my career. I was actually sharing the stage with him once in Greece in my previous band Unisonic, and for some people that know, I actually went on tour with Gus G and helped him produce a lot of his albums still to this day, and actually sang on one of his albums too and did multiple tours with him. And he told me a lot of stories about Ozzy, and it was always really entertaining. He let my fantasy live because Ozzy was always a god to me. I've been a fan since the early 80s. I followed him when he went solo. I knew of Black Sabbath, but I was pretty young at the time, believe it or not. And I only knew of the songs, but not the history and not the who's and not the what's and all the details. So I grew into Black Sabbath after Ozzy. Having said that, the song that we're going to react to today is a song from Black Sabbath called Black Sabbath. It's the live show they did in Birmingham 2017 in the Genting Arena in Birmingham, right? Shout out to all my friends in Birmingham. The song is from the album Black Sabbath, recorded in 1970. And the song was written by Ozzy Osbourne, Geezer Butler, Tony Iommi, and Tommy Clufetos on drums. And it was mixed and mastered by Mike Exeter. Now, big names, and I'm sure this is going to sound great before I even hear it. But without any further ado, here we go. Yeah, it's so funny that that riff, that iconic riff, when I started learning to play guitar, that's one of the first riffs I learned, like many people, along with Smoke on the Water and, you know, the usual. And I actually didn't even know that was Black Sabbath at the time. I just knew the riff because it was heard everywhere. It was 3 notes. We could all play it relatively quickly or easily. And I remember being in the band room, jamming with people, like a drummer, stuff like that in our school band, and just trying to play that as slow as possible and as loud as possible at the same time, and just looping that one riff, I think for hours sometimes. It was hilarious.
What is this that stands before me? Figure in black, which points at me. Turn around quick and start to run. Find out I'm the chosen one. Oh
no! Okay, sonically speaking, something that I'm really enjoying right now is that when Mike mixed this, he stuck to the format of what he was seeing, and I really appreciate this because it's not typical. I don't even know if I trust myself to do it. Bass is a bit left because Geezer's a bit left, and guitar is a bit right because Tony's a bit right. You know, drums and vocals in the middle. what you see is what you're going to hear too. Sure, why not? I'm always putting the bass in the middle. I don't think I've ever put the bass off to the side except for maybe an effect or something like that. But they are sticking to the visual to make the sound match what you see. That's cool. And speaking of Geezer, I'm a big fan of Geezer just because his discipline. I mean, his tightness. I don't know how you do it. If you're a bass player, you might know how difficult it is to play slow and always hit that beat. The faster you go, the rhythm comes up, and it's always easier to equal it out somehow. It just works. Bass drum is the same thing. If you know a drummer playing a little bit quicker is a lot easier than trying to do a slow double bass. It's really, really difficult. And he's always right on the money. He's not even looking at the drummer. He's just doing it. It's just in his DNA. Respect. Not one note too much.
Big black shape with eyes of fire. Telling people their desire.
He looks so happy.
Satan sitting there, he's smiling.
Yeah.
Watches those flames get higher and higher. Oh no, please God help me.
Yeah, the tightness is incredible. Incredible. Wow. Wow. Geezer's discipline is just mind-blowing. He is doing everything he should do and nothing too much, nothing too little. He's riding with the drums so tight, so together, so iconic. His sound is still iconic. It's that typical sound that everyone remembers. I mean, he started this whole Ampeg, gnarly, like nosy bass sound that just always sticks out. And I mean, a lot of bass players have followed in his footsteps, but he's the GOAT. Okay, now I don't really know how to get a Geezer Butler sound specifically, but I am a huge fan of 70 type bass. I'm a huge fan of Ampeg amps, old school basses, and in general, the old school sound. Now, I like to start with, well, either a Fender or similar, jazz or precision. The thing is, I do like to stick to the neck position only and kind of ignore the bridge pickup altogether. It is a matter of taste, but I feel it gets this crunch that I like a lot more and more growl. So we're going to start here with a Ampeg SVR or SVXVR amp. It's old school heritage type Ampeg. It's got the 4 inputs, and the cool thing about this is you can bridge these 2 preamps together. Already sounds pretty cool, but we need to do a couple of things to get this iconic sound. So we're going to start by turning these both preamps off. I'm going to go to preamp 1. I'm going to boost the mid-range all the way. I'm going to select position 1 on this selector switch so that we get this kind of a honky sound, right? Just going to turn it off now. I'm going to go back to this one. And I'm going to go to ultra low to get a little bit more, just the thickness of it. And yes, we're just going to do a real simple combination of the two. You can add a little treble to taste. You want to get really honky. Might be a bit much. And that's how you get a really cool 70s type bass with any basic Ampeg plugin, provided you have the 2 preamp option. If you want to learn more, you can find a lot more tutorials by me as part of the HOFA online engineering courses in audio engineering and music production. Check out HOFA-College.com to find out more. And Ozzy's being Ozzy. I mean, I've been to a few Ozzy shows as a fan or played at a festival or whatever. I have never seen a singer that seems to really enjoy what he does as much as Ozzy. It is so genuine. He is absolutely out there for the fun. He's in it for himself, to enjoy himself. And you can see that he always is. He always has a look in his face like, I can't believe I'm here. Look what I'm doing. People pay me for this. Fantastic. Smooth guitar sound. Really smooth guitar sound. What I'm also really enjoying right now, you know, being in the industry and knowing the possibilities of what you can actually do with a live recording and how you can pump stuff up and beef it up, and you know, you can really take it to the extremes these days. And they kept it real. It's very, very, very honest. There's no attempt to try to overdo it or try to make it bigger than it is. There's no extra backing vocals in there. There's no, I don't know, overly blown up or obvious repairs on anything that I could hear so far. It's just real. It's 3 musicians, a singer, and they're just going at it and they have nothing to hide. This is, for my ears, fantastic. There's no drum triggers. There's nothing there that's like trying to make it sound like more than it actually is, which is a shame these days. A lot of people are trying that. I've been in this situation myself. This is the snare they have. This is the snare they want. Why didn't they record it? I don't know. They just took it and did with it what they could. That is a smooth guitar sound. It doesn't bite too much. It's It's not soft.
Let me see those hands, come on. God bless you all.
Great ending. Great ending. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah. I mean, Ozzy, Black Sabbath. Yeah. Big part of my life. Big part of my childhood. Yeah, although I did admit, you know, I got a little bit later into it than I probably should have. Like I said, I first got introduced to Ozzy as the Ozzy solo artist, and then fell in love with Black Sabbath afterwards. But it's always just great to hear, and that was really another great experience. I've honestly never seen this video, so it was even more of a treat. So thanks so much for joining us on this reaction video. It's been a pleasure again. We hope to see you all sometime, somewhere. Come check us out online at HOFA-College.com or DE if you're in Germany. And yeah, we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.